tonight on Newsbeat. The Gym Tigers are headed to Fort Worth for the national championship.
The game-changing device created by LSU researchers.
And how one LSU student is making a difference through delicious treats.
All that and more coming up on Newsbeat.
Good evening, Tigers, and welcome to Tuesday Newsbeat. I'm Erin Rogers.
And I'm Georgia Peck. Thanks for joining us. Well, LSU Gymnastics is headed to Fort Worth for the NCAA Gymnastics National Championship.
Yeah, Georgia, the girls looked Texas ready for their send-off today. Juliana, what can you tell us about it?
That's right, y'all. The team hosted a send-off to DFW earlier today, sporting some glittery custom-made cowboy hats. LSU will be competing in the semifinals on Thursday, April 18th at 3:30 Central Time. They will face Arkansas, California, and Stanford. They're coming off an eventful season with the team scoring a 198.25 at the Arkansas Regional, with Haley Bryant and Aaliyah Finnegan scoring 3 perfect 10s between the two. Head coach Jay Clark asked Tiger fans to send good vibes all the way to Fort Worth. The team is making no promises, but they know that they are giving it their all.
Those of you that will be there, and I know there's a contingency that are coming, but even if you got to lay hands on your TV screen, I don't care what you got to do. Give us as much juice as you possibly can so that we can turn that into great things for the purple and gold.
LSU fans can follow our social media at LSU Tiger TV for updates on all things Fort Worth and LSU Gym.
Thanks, Juliana. LSU researchers have made a breakthrough in stem cell research through a new invention. Senior reporter Nicole Marino spoke to one of those inventors who is ready to make a difference in medicine.
LSU researchers have invented a device that may revolutionize stem cell research. One of the inventors, Dr. Mandy Lopez, says this is the booster that physicians and veterinarians need to treat tendon injuries more effectively.
We created kind of a one-stop shop device.
The current system requires moving cells from one place to another, but by doing this, you lose cells along the way.
How about we take the next step and transport it and administer it with minimal to no handling? And that's exactly what we did.
With this new invention, a syringe is used to temporarily store adult stem cells and then is given to the patient from the same device.
Right now, it's in a prototype phase, and it can be customized in virtually any direction.
This patented system, being tested on horses, keeps more adult stem cells alive, which is the key to successful healing.
Our goal is to inject our neotissue into tendon injuries, and we've gone through a number of preliminary steps to confirm that it does indeed work for that purpose.
This new device will limit any risks of contamination.
It's attached to a standard syringe. So in the first step, the support medium is removed by advancing the first tab. Then we attach the needle, and it's ready to inject the neotissue by simply pushing the second tab.
Nicole Marino, Tiger TV News.
At this time, researchers don't have a time frame for when the treatment might be available to the public.
From classical to Cajun, music has played a pivotal part in Louisiana culture. Reporter Peyton Manuel spoke to one woman who's keeping the sound thriving in her own way.
When it comes to string instruments, what do you think of? Probably not this. Violins are the heart of Cajun and Creole music, much like the ones Anya Burgess builds daily at her self-owned shop, Sola Violins.
So what we do over here is, full restorations or just setups and bring instruments to their best playing condition, and then therefore that helps the player play at their highest level.
Burgess first started playing the violin when she was a teenager and went on to pursue a violin-making program at Indiana University before settling in Lafayette.
There was just a great need for somebody, to work on violin family instruments, and I had professional training, so it kind of just grew very kind of naturally.
Burgess opened Sola Violins 10 years ago and spends her time handcrafting a range of different instruments with only one goal in mind: to give every instrument its own voice.
It can vary from like a student instrument to a really nice antique vintage European instrument like the one that I have right in front of me here. And my job is to bring out the potential in every instrument that I work on.
Aside from making repairs, Sola Violins continues to challenge the stigma set in schools that music isn't a real subject.
Between helping with providing students outlets with student instruments, not only in the Lafayette area, but also in the Baton Rouge area, Lake Charles. They've really been expanding lately to help include all kinds of music education programs.
For the sake of future musicians, they don't plan on slowing down.
They're going through a lot of changes, so music provides that kind of outlet for them.
An outlet that Burgess aims to expand with Sola Violins and the role they play in Louisiana music.
Our job here is to keep musicians playing, to encourage young kids to play, to provide more musical experiences to enhance people's lives. Music is just such an important part of a quality of life.
Whether it be the strings on a violin or on a guitar, music is universal and is the language we can all understand, as long as it's playing. For Tiger TV, Peyton Manuel.
If you're looking to make some Southern sound of your own, Sola Violins also offers private lessons to those interested in learning to play the violin, the viola, the cello, and the bass.
After the break, Erin will introduce us to a new database student government is working on to create a safer environment on campus.
We're Tiger TV, LSU's student-run broadcast news station.
We're bringing you 4 newscasts a week covering all things LSU.
Our news team is covering all the stories you need to know from LSU's campus and the Baton Rouge community.
And our sports team has you covered on the Tigers from the field to the court.
Tiger TV, sports, news, you.
Watch us on WBRZ 2+, Channel 11 at 11:10.
Welcome back. Students at LSU are working on creating a university-specific database for sex offenders. The goal is to put that information in a system that's easy to access for students and for faculty. I found out where this database is at right now.
You may have a person in your class or that makes you feel uncomfortable, or a professor, you can check that database and make sure that you're safe.
Sophomore Chloe Berry is talking about a new sex offender database that student government is urging LSU to put in place. She co-authored a bill they unanimously passed in March to create a registry specific to LSU students and staff. Some students like the idea.
I feel like a lot of people don't take that into consideration to look up Louisiana sex offenders, and so I feel like as students we should be able to see and be able to check our surroundings and feel safe.
Jaden Bates, who also co-authored the bill, says the registry is needed. He cited a recent arrest of an LSU junior accused of setting up an Instagram account with an LSU email to distribute child pornography.
Recent events, we found that this bill would especially provide a safety net against people like that for all students on this campus, especially since we're sandwiched between a high school and a preschool.
According to Bates, the university policy allows sex offenders to enroll as long as they live off campus, but some students believe they have a right to know.
I think it's hard to feel safe with the people that we do and don't know, but I would love to know who exactly I'm in class with, but who I meet at the bar or who I am talking to.
Aaron Rogers, Tiger TV News. While they are working to get the database up and running, students can still search for sex offenders in the national database, which is available on the Louisiana State Police website as well as the Department of Public Safety, and that link will be on our website. And the database initiative is just one way students are looking to raise awareness and make change this month. What can you tell me about anything else, Georgia?
That's right, Aaron. Reporter Danielle Rancifer found out how one student is using her passion for all things sweet to raise money for the cause.
LSU's campus is filled with thousands of students hoping to accomplish their dream. One student in particular is doing so through pastries. Divine Hannon, an LSU junior, began running a successful bakery out of her apartment known as the Divine Cakery in November 2022 after encouragement from family and friends to start selling her creations. Social media has been instrumental in growing her business. With almost 900 followers on Instagram, she's been exposed to many potential customers, and it's allowed her to connect with different kinds of people worldwide. Hannon has worked multiple Greek life events with organizations such as LSU's AKAs and Zeta Tau Alphas, as well as participating in other campus events. Selling her creations and making a living from doing so has always been a dream for Hannon.
This is a little girl's dream that I'm living through. Like, why wake up at 4 to 5 a.m. baking everything? I'm doing this for her.
Early on, Hannah decided that she wanted her business to be about something bigger than herself, and the most important thing she could do was make a difference in the lives of others. She researched shelters in the area and eventually found Iris, the largest domestic violence shelter in the state, which provides haven for those experiencing partnership violence.
I did my research of just the shelters in the area, and the domestic violence one really just touched my heart because I was like, dang, I know I wanted to do a shelter, like any homeless shelter, but the domestic violence one, I was like, that's the one I really want to go with. That's really the one I want to go with.
During Women's Month in March, Hannon decided to donate 20% of her proceeds to Iris and has since continued to use a portion of her profits to buy supplies for the shelter. Since Iris is a nonprofit, donations by people like Hannon significantly impact how the shelter is kept running.
Regardless of the amount, and every $2 counts, every $5 counts. So small or large, doesn't matter. The volunteers who come here, the interns from the colleges that come here and choose us as a place to serve versus somewhere else, it's huge for us. It's huge for these victims. It's huge for these children.
Divine has a long journey ahead of her, but she hopes to continue to inspire others to do good while chasing her dream. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, call the National Domestic Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Danielle Rancifer. If you're interested in purchasing baked goods from Divine and supporting her cause, you can visit her Instagram page at the Divine Cakery. After the break, we have a story that might change your dinner plans.
Find out about this delicious deal right in our backyard when we come back.
We're Tiger TV, LSU's student-run broadcast news station.
We're bringing you 4 newscasts a week covering all things LSU.
Our news team is covering all the stories you need to know from LSU's campus in the Baton Rouge community.
And our sports team has you covered on the Tigers from the field to the court.
Tiger TV, sports, news, you.
Watch us on WBRZ 2+, Channel 11 at 11:10.
Welcome back. And Red Cup LSU held its 2024 March Madness, but LSU Restaurants edition.
That's right, Aaron. And the winner is, drumroll please, Empire Wings.
To celebrate their win, Empire Wings will be giving out free wings from 7 to 8 over on the LSU East Boyd location. And if you don't know, it's kind of right over by Sonic off of Burbank. So yeah, so I'm going to be heading there.
I've actually never had them before, so we will definitely be going.
That's crazy.
I know.
We have got to go. That is all the time we have for tonight's Newsbeat. We're going to go grab some wings, but to stay up to date with all of our stuff, check out Tiger TV. And tune into Newsbeat live at 5 every Monday through Thursday. Until next time, I'm Erin Rogers.
And I'm Georgia Peck. Have a great night.